KTM finally brought the Duke 390 to the United States. The little brother in the Duke family. We're up here in the mountains north of LA to find out if the Honda 300F can keep up. I'm Jesse Kaiser, and this is Ride Apart. So KTM and Honda are the only ones that offer naked entry-level bikes. There's the Ninja, the R3, but both of those are full fairing sport bikes. Both the Honda and the Duke are offered as full fairing sport bikes for a few $100 more, but we kind of like the look of an upright naked bike. So we're here to find out exactly how the two compare, and should either one of these bikes be on your radar in the first place.
3, 2, 1. Yeah, you're walking me. Yeah. I've been back and forth trying to figure, because I've ridden more miles on the 390 than I have the Honda. Yeah. And I don't feel a lot of the vibration, but I almost feel like the Honda's a little bit smoother, I guess just because it's more tame and it has a lot less power. So it's like the engine is smoother, but the vibration from the engine getting to your body is so much more prevalent than in the KTM. I mean, I've been really surprised with spec sheet to spec sheet how similar both these bikes are to one another. The wheelbase, the seat height, a lot of the stuff is almost identical. They're both over square bore engines, just the KTM is obviously about 90 cc's more, and therefore twice as much power. The KTM makes 44 horsepower at the crank, according to KTM, and then the CB300 makes 26 horsepower. It's a 17% increase since they went up from a 250 to a 300. Pulling onto the freeway was fine on the Honda. I mean, it's certainly capable of everything you want it to do, just comparatively speaking to the 390, because I've been riding that more. I mean, it's obvious that the 390 makes twice as much power. Where's power cutting out? Have you touched the rev limiter yet?
I haven't touched the top of the power band, but I would guess it's at about 11.5, less than 12,000 RPM.
I think peak power on the KTM is somewhere around 7. So for the Honda, when they went from a 250 to a 300, the power came in about 500 RPM sooner. The peak horsepower came in 500 RPM sooner, and the peak torque came in, I think, 200 RPMs sooner. So they were able to bring that power a little bit further down low, but it's just so apparent that you've got 20 horsepower on me. So I personally think the Honda is just slightly better at being an overall beginner bike, just for somebody who's never ridden one before. Just because it's a little bit more tame, it's a little bit more kind of well-rounded, where the KTM is honestly a little bit more fun. But for somebody who's never ridden a bike, you know, taking an NMSF course, then going straight to the dealership that night, I think the Honda would be a little bit less intimidating.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it's more forgiving. If you're learning, it's not gonna bite you as quickly, and it'll actually teach you more, keep you on board and out of inside of your own comfort zone.
And it's $1,000 cheaper. So the Honda's $399 and the KTM is $499. No ABS on the F, and ABS is standard on the KTM. In order to get ABS on the Honda, you have to go to the R, which is the sport bike version, which is I think a $400 upcharge, and then even the R does not come standard with ABS. You have to do a couple extra $100 to get ABS. So by the time you get ABS on a 300 Honda, you're knocking on the price of the KTM. But as far as a beginner, I think you would outgrow the Honda far quicker than you would outgrow the 390.
Is the extra power and the ABS standard, is it worth $1,000?
I would think so. I mean, these are all pretty cheap bikes, so you know, $1,000 at this point might seem like a lot on a percentage basis, but only spending just under $5,000, I think you got quite the package on the KTM.
No, I mean, honestly, in conclusion, the KTM's just a far better bike, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, it depends what your purpose of your bike purchase is, but if you're just getting into the sport, you're new to motorcycling and you want to, learn on a bike, but have something with a little bit more power than your basic 250, I think the Honda's a great bike. It's a great bike to learn on. It's going to be, it's going to be reliable. It's very forgiving. But maybe if you're a little bit more experienced rider, or even a more experienced rider, and you want a bike that's smaller, but still a lot of fun to ride and has got a few different cool features, I think the KTM's your bike. So it really just depends on what you're going after.
Here's a perfect example. You're catching the line underneath me and I'm having to grab a gear mid-corner just to keep up. Yeah, I'm pinned right now trying to, I'm just wait. I gotta twist this thing out a lot.
Yeah.
Wow, that KTM fucking hauls.
Yeah. But throughout the power range, I mean, it doesn't stop pulling.
Yeah.
It might make peak power, in the middle, somewhere 6 or 7, but it doesn't flash out by any means.
Wow, pretty good.
So at the end of the day, it's exactly how we thought. The Duke 390 is a better motorcycle. It's the performer, it's faster. The Honda 300F is a great entry-level bike. It's $1,000 less. It's definitely obvious that the Duke is so much faster. It was really hard to keep up on the Honda today, but that doesn't make the Honda as a bad bike. Both of them are incredibly fun, but the KTM, it's got better performance and out the gate, just a better, faster motorcycle.